Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Pippa.
And today we've got a bottle of wine because I won a bottle of wine, now empty, at Napa Marathon. Hey.
I like this bit.
Oh yeah, you get a little bit of grapes action for it being Napa wine country.
Nice.
So I promptly then caught a cold, so I'm slightly sniffly. At least I think it's a cold, because I did do a test and it was negative. So I was slightly disappointed in a way that I'd caught a common cold. It's the first one I've had for 6 years. A little marathon fact: I do a 2-week speed test 2 weeks before, where I run at the heart rate effort that I think is sustainable. A heart rate progression, and then I look at that and that tells me what I think I'm capable of. It all goes in the spreadsheet, and it said I could run 3 hours 7 minutes 16 seconds and my average heart rate would be 156. And I also have to put in a distance because the trackers, they're never 100% correct, so I'd estimated I was going to run 26.32 miles instead of 26.2. So all that goes in the spreadsheet, and it came out that on the watch it would say 7:07 pace, and on the real distance it would be slightly longer, 7:09. So I ran the first half of the marathon aiming at that pace, but in my mind I was thinking in the second half I'll go a bit faster because I want to try and get to 3:05. And every time I tried to go a little bit faster, it's just going into the red zone, and I had to back out again. And I'd go in and I had to back out. In the end, I ran the second half 8 seconds faster. I came in at 3 hours, 7 minutes and 10 seconds, and the distance was 26.32, and the heart rate was also an average of 156. So sometimes you just can't beat the data unless you have an especially good...
I can beat the...
Yeah, you never follow the data. Not that surprising. Deepa's races are typically completely abstract from the data. Right. Enough of that. What are we doing? We are here to hopefully clear my sinuses with number 237 from Whiskey Finn. I'm giving myself some fireworks for my award. Watchman 999, you're guessing already with the Ben Nevis 9. Hey, you never know. Contour. Phil, the spreadsheet king. I do like a spreadsheet. Okay, and welcome to anyone from Europe who's managed to get here 1 hour earlier than normal, because our clocks have changed. Yeah. Right. We have got all of the whiskies what we rate as fantastic on the shelf. The one that we just rated as great is Bunnahabhain 18. It's the last one on the shelf. And so I know that's a fan of many people's. The old gold trim as well. Is this going to be better? Because it's sort of in the same kind of direction, I think. What do we normally do here? For the next, slightly out of practice. For the next 12 minutes, we are going to nose this whiskey, taste this whiskey. Maybe we'll rely on Deepa a bit more today. And if it's good enough, we will rank it on the shelf. But remember, it has to be in the top 20% of whiskies we've tasted, because that only holds 50. And we are obviously well over 200 by now. Yesterday's glass, though. Is there anything remaining? Let's see if I can smell anything for a start. Yeah, I am picking
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. We did call it, what did we call it? Licorice Coca-Cola cubes. Now, quite sweet, treacly, but also a bit dusty barrel.
That's what I thought maybe gone.
Sort of corn sweetness. Okay, let's pour.
It's one a clean type of sugar.
Clean sugar. Slightly treacly though. Not like refined white sugar, but something like treacly sugar. Big bubbles. Oh, that's right. The Viscometer is something we normally do, isn't it? Something which I forgot to charge up. Okay, right. Let's get the Viscometer powered up. and see if we can get a measurement on that as well. Go! Yes. Now, bubbles looked pretty healthy there. Healthy meaning high ABV. Oh, they are hanging around, aren't they? So, if we compare it to something like 48, definitely looking like they got more power than 48. 50. Once you cross the 50% line, the froth, the head seems to hang around more. So then you have to start looking at the diameter of the bubbles. And it does seem like the diameter is bigger and they are disappearing faster, which suggests higher ABV now. We're in the 50s. So we'll go to 56. Adjust the camera slightly. Maybe not quite as big. 50.
So can it be above 46?
I don't think so. On the visual evidence, I would say not above 56, but we'll have to rely on tasting.
Oh, that was X.
Oh, it's leggy. Deepa wants to show some legs. Yeah, that is pretty thick.
Wow.
Thanks, Gigi. It was a great time. I was super happy with it.
I have to smell.
Whiskey Fin, Glendronach 21. New Viscometer clocked in. Yeah, you're right, because Google moved theirs and I couldn't line it up. Okay, that is obviously super dark. How's the Viscometer doing? Halfway. I mean, it's rich, isn't it? This is not an ex-bourbon cask. Strength doesn't seem...
The whiskey is awfully smell.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
sugary, but also nutty. Kind of caramelized and nutty.
It's one thick, syrupy, soft.
Now, are we in sherry, wine, port? We're not ex-bourbon, are we?
I think it's half. Definitely some ex-bourbon because of gone type of sugar. And then maybe some wine, sherry.
You're saying corn sugar, so you're saying it's a bourbon?
Oh, no, I'm the half actually.
But it's not actually a bourbon. You're not saying this is corn spirit.
No.
Is it? Are you saying it's grain though?
Maybe. Because keeps smelling corn and sherry, but...
Oh, well, that's interesting. I mean, it could be. I think there are some grain whiskey still in the mix. Now, it does seem a bit more ex-bourbon-y on the empty glass because it seems a bit vanilla as well now.
It's very brown. It's not Scottish.
It's not Scottish. Well, that's true. It could be a amroot or grain, which would still be Scottish. But
then a slight sulfur.
Slight sulfur.
Very faint.
I was thinking it was pretty clean.
Yes, it is.
I think you should drink out of your own glass today. If you want water, I'm going to do a watery version. Let's start with that. Oh, time is up. I can catch it on the delay. It's going to be... Can't see. 352. 352. Actually pretty good. That's about 109% compared to vodka. And that means the average is about 107. So it's a little above average viscosity.
Some comparative, but the other whiskey deeper in the context.
Well, most of them are between 107 and 108.
But then,
so it's a little higher. You know, I'm just looking at the tape job on this. Insider info. This looks like an early tape job. Not very well aligned. So this has been around for a while. On the nose, I'm getting a little more oaky vanilla with the water.
And I'm not picking up any fruit. It's more refined sugar than anything.
Okay.
Now more subtle. It's very subtle, very slight.
Pouring water here. Spicy.
Oh yeah, pretty very, very fine.
Now, I'm not totally confident of my palate. We did try it yesterday, and things were a little weird. Although my nose is clear at the moment. Let me try a little stronger. And see. Now, is it good? You didn't seem to get super excited. Well, you haven't tried the full strength yet. Okay. The nose is really good. Port, I don't think it's quite porty, but it seems to be more porty than Oloroso, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not vinegary, that's what you mean.
Yeah, what about the colour? Let's see. Let's give you a better look at the colour. This camera is a bit more colour accurate.
I like it.
I'm looking for red tone.
It's not that complicated.
I don't think I'm seeing red. For some reason, I seem to be pouring things everywhere today.
Very fine pepper. It's but in a nice way. Strand metal is coming up. Licorice is coming up.
The second half is quite spicy pepper.
Yeah.
European oak, maybe.
Yes. Maybe the first half. Ex-Bourbon at the second half.
Could be.
Sorry.
Could be one of those mix. Could be a finish, a sherry finish. Sherry, port, wine. What do you think? Thought Deepa would have something to say, but no. She's just gone for another drink instead. I'm thinking sherry. Oh, PX.
You give me a combination of everything, but I pick up some wine.
It could be a combination. Sherry. What about PX?
It's possible, but I'm not picking up any prunes or raisin. But maybe it's weak. It's possible.
You know, the flavours are very nice. Not a very good word. The flavours are solid. They're confident. But the complexity is not really there. Grain whiskies can be like that. I mean, it's not... It doesn't have all this intricacy. Intricacy? Oh dear. It doesn't have that detail.
Maybe because of the bar of ABV.
Well, mine's still quite soft. Okay, let's go down the notes because we don't seem to be communicating very well today. I think we've said all of those. Cola cubes, that's right. The cola cubes was on the empty glass though. And it is that licoricey spice on the end. Okay, I've purposely kept off full strength because I want to compare it to something. You should go first because I'm going to taste after. So this is actually Bunnahabhain 18, 46.3%, is it?
It's beautiful. I think it's pretty normal. Very straightforward.
Yeah.
That's what pour it actually.
So this is better.
Oh, it was that one.
That means this isn't getting on the
I
shelf.
see. Why you like it? It was so
No,
much on.
I'm responding to what you said. But there's more detail. There's more of that rich intrigue. What did I say before? Right, full strength. Oh, this seems much more vanilla coming back now. That's interesting. Hang on, where's that bunny?
Now I pick up oaky herbs with green sugar, pepper.
Oaky herbs with clean sugar. They are quite close.
Maybe, but I thought they're more dirty. More corn. Pick up more corn.
Corn. The second half is a little odd in this one.
Ash.
A little odd. It goes slightly peppery toothpaste.
Mento.
Slightly,
Yes.
not the bunna. The today's.
Yeah.
What about strength? Obviously, it's stronger than the 46.
But with the ABV,
46. How are we doing for time? 26 seconds.
it's beautiful. It's even better. It's a thick syrupy. I can maybe start a beat.
What about the strength?
Maybe similar. If anything, to my slightly stronger.
Well, that's important. Oh no, this seems strong.
Slightly stronger.
Hang on.
So, what is 9?
57.1%. I think this is stronger, but I think this is more peppery, and it kind of comes across as the same. But
Therefore, it must be maybe 56.
But if I was told that this is higher ABV, I wouldn't be totally surprised. Let's go and look at the spreadsheet. What are people guessing? No, let's have a look at the picture.
It's ABV.
Lower.
56.
So the picture, you're not really seeing that much depth and detail, but there's enough range for this to be a good whiskey. Now, we're totally spoilt now. Now, we're saying this isn't on the shelf, but it probably still means it's $150 plus bottle. Like, I think this is a good quality whiskey. Okay, what price would you say this sells for? Not what you would pay. On the shelf, how much is this bottle?
Probably, yeah. 50 at the bus.
Or more. So this isn't cheap.
It's very peppery, spicy. I find it actually boring.
It's a bit boring. That Bunna 18 is better.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, it's a dusty. $136 we paid for that. When did we pay that? 2019. March
I
2019.
More than 95 for this.
You can't buy a bottle for 95 these days, it seems. Well, the Springbank, obviously, that you just liked, that's somewhere around 140, and we're saying it's better. Right. What can it be? Let's bring up the spreadsheet. That's the chat. And now, it is a higher ABV, so we have started at the top. So let's see. I don't think it's in the 60s, although, maybe it's that Edred Hour Sauterne. Could it be? You never know. We're not getting smoke. Deanston. Could it be that Deanston Bordeaux? We didn't say anything about age. It's somewhat simple, so I think middle-aged.
Yeah, 15.
10 to 15. Mortlach is a 26-year-old Adelphi. Cavallan, well, that's a different kind of world, isn't it? I'm skipping past everything grey for smoke. Clynelish, no. No. Don't know about Tormore. 30-year-old, surely not. Deanston 20. That was quite sulphury when we had it in that blind a while back. Bunna PX.
Oh, it could be BX.
Single grain, is that sherry? It could be. There's a Ben Nevis. And now we're into lower ABVs. So just purely based on ABV, the choice is somewhat limited.
I get a nice finish. It's probably coming from the peppers.
Yeah. Amrut Port Nova. This is...
But it's not exotic.
62%?
No, that's too high. It's not exotic.
62% Ben Nevis 10. Now, this is a mix of sherry and wine and bourbon.
Oh, it could be this.
But I wasn't getting anything Ben Nevis-y or funky.
Neither. It's pretty more out of it. Then maybe it could be this.
60% Edred Hour Sauterne. Yeah. So we're saying just on ABV, we're not going to put these in. Then we have 58.6%. This is a Mortlach sherry barrel. I would expect more complexity.
How many years is it?
23, 26. This is only 9 years old, but it's a Bordeaux wine finish Deanston. Cavallan.
But then it's no matter. I pick up slime matter.
Deanston. Bunna PX.
I think it will be this.
And there's a single grain. When I had... My cold was worse earlier in the week, and I said, I don't know if I'll be able to do the tasting for this week. But what I remember from the one little taste we had last show 2 weeks ago, I said, I thought it might be Bunna PX. So this is where I went early on, and I think I'm still there. You had said grain.
But 35 years.
Yeah. I think this was more funky.
It was safari.
The Cavallan. Honestly, the bits of Cavallan we got left is so dark. I know we shouldn't be cheating like that. I don't think it's 26 years old.
There is some wine in it, so it's possible.
Could it be Deanston Bordeaux? Is there anything Deanston about it?
It's possible. I mentioned earlier about urban grassy, but the wine is possible.
Well, if you think it's stronger than the Springbank, that would fit. I am going with Bunna at 54.3%. And this is a finish. This is a finish. PX finish. Meaning ex-bourbon and sherry.
I thought about it too old.
Here we go. Have we led you astray?
How much is it for?
We might have to look on Scotch whisky auctions to find a price. Someone look it up while we're revealing. Right, everybody, what are you thinking? Michael Wood, are you at the back? Yes. Well, nice to see you at the back there, Michael. Donna Pass. Was that the 14-year Bunna PX special release? Yes, I think it is 14. I think I'd maybe have it as 13 years, but yes, something like that, Tim. Bunna PX, yes, 14. Second fill sherry casks. Antal, it's your early pick?
It's a second for sherry.
Had a sample of that Bunna PX along... Oh yeah, you did. I think you've had this actual one, Tim, haven't you? Right. I think I've missed a lot of the chat today, so...
So I think it's a second for sherry, that's what you mentioned.
Why don't we look after we reveal, in case it's not it? Here we go. Are you ready for the reveal? So we're looking for 14 years old, 54%. ABV.
What is it?
48.
Oh! Pepper. Spicy.
Hang on. Reset. Start over. 48%. Oh! You know what? This makes sense now. Can you reach those two on the top shelf? You remember? Yeah, can you get them? The two on the end.
Oh, yes.
We have had experience with Macallan bubbles. We've had experience with Macallan bubbles before, where they've always been amazing bubbles. And I did say yesterday,
yes,
it could be a Macallan, but not with those bubbles.
But the back and forth, but I saw so many stuff going on. I thought,
hang on,
may not be but grain. I think grain in it.
Not grain, but it is a mix of barrels. But that's what you were saying, right? If it's 48 though. We have been thrown off completely, considering we lined that up against the 57. What can it be? Let's see. There's Compass Box. Macallan. It could be the Glendronach.
Oh, yes.
It could be. Dustin, did you say that? No, weren't you just blind tasting, or you were just comparing the Glendronach, weren't you? On one of your recent reviews.
But there's no peat in it.
Well, there's no peat in these. So, Glendronach Parliament, 21. I don't think it tasted that old.
But the pepper.
I'll bring it back in a minute.
I think it can be.
Oh, it could be. Right.
What is it?
Glendronach 15. I didn't bring it up in the blind taste before.
That is not sweet at all. It is very, very sweet.
Okay, better or worse?
It's very different, very sugary, and that is very...
This is much sweeter.
Savoury.
This is better. Anyway, this isn't on the shelf. Do you think it could be a 21-year version?
No.
Does this have PX in?
It's very sugary.
This has PX in. It's a different type. This is Oloroso and PX.
But I'm getting mental. Do you get mental in this? Mental.
I'm going with the Macallan. Hang on, let's see.
Yeah,
French oak. Bourbon hogsheads. Tavassa hogshead. Bourbon barrels. But, I mean, it's a mix of everything. Good grief.
Let me pick up the most gun.
Which colour do you prefer?
Let me pick up the most gun. Okay. It doesn't... Put it as the most gun.
Distiller's notes. Let's see. First fill European oak sherry season casks.
But that is Ex-Bourbon. I put the most sugar.
I think we need to move on.
Yeah.
It's one of these, or it's one of these.
But you make up your mind.
No, I think it's one of these.
But okay.
It's funny you telling me to make up my mind. Reveal number 2.
Me don't know which one.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the chat. Yes, that was the old Glendronach 15. Dustin. Oh! Macallan fine and rare. You left quickly from the Macallan distillery yesterday.
Oh, it's 15.
I'm so disappointed in the bubbles now. You know... Can we drag this out any longer? Let's see. Let's do... Here's Macallan number 5 edition. Also in the 40%. Now look at those bubbles hold up. And we have another sample. This is the Macallan number 2. So, it's a bit hard to tell at that low level. I mean, that high level. But I remember... are you changing your mind?
Yeah, because of them. They recommended.
I am exonerated.
I go for the recommendation.
How are Glendronach bubbles, though? No?
But sugary, you got me that sugary. No.
I'm saying these are Macallan quality bubbles. They do have a remarkable bubble action. Remember the 2018 what's the cask strength? Classic cut. Okay, here we go. Reveal number 2. Is everyone still with us? Doubt it. 48%. It is no age statement. $98.
Oh, isn't that got me cheap?
Well, that's what we paid.
Wow.
Worth it. It is a Highland. It is a Macallan. Oh. Well, I guess we kind of got there on round 2. Which one is it? It is number 4. Macallan number 4. It's downstairs because I didn't think we were below 48. Can you bring up?
What happened?
No.
Earthquake.
Earthquake shelves. There's 2 of them. It's the number 4.
And you better read the oath.
Oh, okay.
The information.
So, did someone get it? Did someone actually get that? Macallan might taste somewhat soapy. Peathead. Ah, well, it's good. It was almost, not as good as the Bunnahabhain 18 though. Amazing that ABV. We were totally thrown by that. Totally thrown. I mean, it's a nice whiskey. Okay, what does it say? The Macallan additional number 4 celebrates the opening of our... No, we don't want to know that. Blah, 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 blah. Edition number 4 reflects our established ways in discovering outstanding flavours and aromas derived from our exceptional oak casks. This extraordinary whiskey celebrates the coming together of our heritage... And this is nonsense. Right, what's actually in it? Casks used. First fill... Darker colours, rich flavour. Second fill. Well, what type of barrels are they? Why don't you just look? It'll be easier. Can we get the camera to see it? So we've got butts, hogshead, more butts, big butts, puncheon butts, hogsheads. So it is a real mix, isn't it? Now, which one was this supposed to be?
That's what I have any grain of corn.
No. Deep is obsessed with finding some corn in this.
A vine. Any vine.
Why don't you read and see? It is 42% from butts, presumably European oak, 18% from puncheon, also presumably European oak, and 40 from hogsheads, which we presume would be American oak. So I think we were getting... That confusion was correct in the sense of I'm getting a bit of vanilla, but now I'm getting a bit of sherry. And I presume it's all Oloroso in here, isn't it? Let's see, a truly spectacular single malt delivering a rounded honey and sweet toffee aroma, an intense burst of nutmeg wood spices on the palate. I think that's pretty fair. A powerful and invigorating mouthfeel, as if standing on top of the new distillery roof in the Speyside breeze. A combination of carefully selected sherry-seasoned oak casks. Fine. Brings out unique, refreshing qualities. So the American hogsheads, American oak hogshead could also be sherry-seasoned hogsheads. Do you want to do quality control? Quality control? Drink from the bottle. Not literally. Although it's not out of the question either. Should we compare it to one of these? The number 2 or the number 5? The number 5 didn't have such a good reputation, did it? Same.
It's more grassy, more peppery. It's sweet. Straight from the butter.
Better or worse? This is the number 5.
I think it's nice. I like this actually.
Number 5 is better. Yes.
It's too peppery though.
I would agree. Yeah, peppery.
It is sweet. It's sugar.
Okay. This is the number 2. The number 2 edition. You know, there were... Are we up to 6 or is it just 5? Better or worse for number 2?
I prefer 5. I prefer 4. Then 2.
I prefer 5, then 2, I think.
Because it's very sugary. That's not sugary.
Super flat.
Yeah, that's why I said, okay.
Yeah.
5, 2, let me try that again. 2.
Yes, the number 4 is flat by comparison.
Yeah, there's more going on in it.
So not the best, and not on the shelf, but very good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
if we paid $98 for it today. Wow, we bought this 4 years ago. April 2018. At Total Wine in Fremont. So it was an old label. These sell for more like 150 to 170 now. We did see one in a shop for 400. We would have Springbank 12.
Or Buna.
Or the Buna before we would have that.
Yeah.
But actually, the other two though.
Better.
The other two.
The Sheba. Number 5.
Better than Buna is the 5. Is it better than Buna?
Is dirty the so much good on that?
No.
I
think the Buna is better than all of them. Pour some more if you want. Right. There we go.
I think it's also good, but it's very sleek.
Which one's better?
Both are good. I prefer that one.
Right. Just check the price. Macallan Fine and Rare. The edition 2 is now £500. That's like $650. Edition 4, €265. Yes. Well, worth it at 98. Not worth it at 265. Right. Did someone get it? Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. Michael Wood, you were right. Did you get it? From the back. All the way from the back. Michael Wood. I now acknowledge that I cheated.
I got to eat it.
Okay.
I don't eat it.
I don't know. There you go. Have some of those. There were 6. Okay, we're currently up to 6. Honestly, these are not worth drinking. They were okay, but with prices going up, it's just not justified. Yes. SC, I would agree. Did anyone get it? Michael, even cheating. Why didn't you pick?
Again, I did the 5, but I think because it's very sleek.
Well, people love it because it says Macallan on the box.
I'm trying number 5 again.
Michael,
again, give me Buna again.
Give us top shelf, bottom shelf, deeper side, fill side, in the middle. Now we.
Finish.
So who did we get these from?
Very similar, actually.
Luis, thanks for sending us or trading, and this one is from.
Oh yeah,
my guess.
It's better, very good.
Okay.
Because it's very bold, earthy, dirty.
See, it's funny because I thought Buna was going to get pushed off the shelf last week after Octomore got on there, but we did move Ardmore back up. We've had a little reshuffle, but we somehow managed to squeeze everything in, and it stayed on. So Buna has survived.
A very good finish. It's fantastic product.
I think even today, Buna 18 is maybe 170. Is that right? In the new box, right?
So have you ever had any Macallan?
I liked Classic Cut. I like these.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, they're definitely in the great category.
Yes.
I would say.
But the maybe dust of the shelf.
Yes.
I will give in maybe a silver star.
A silver star. Fair enough. Right, we are moving on. Thank you, Michael. 238. We'll just put cheating Michael on there. Let's see. What are we going to get for next week? If I can, we'll start squeezing in some Thursdays. But I've done a foolish thing and I've taken on some work. So it probably won't happen. But it might happen. Because it's sort of part-time.
Happen, okay.
Because I'm only going to be working part-time. I'm working from home. Right. Next week, what are we going to get? Is it something sherry?
Not bourbon.
Bubbles look somewhat muted. Well, go ahead. Not a bourbon. unless it's a very light one. Deepa's getting nothing. SC, Phil and Deepa, I really envy you doing these videos together. I really tried to get my wife to do the same with me, and she is just not into whiskey. Ah, that's a shame. More for you. Top Shelf, Bunna 18.
Okay, are you?
Top Shelf is saying top shelf.
But
It's pretty good. Let's see. Change my mind. Bottom row left. Too late, Michael. Let's see. Whiskey 101, really late in. I didn't know the time changed. See, surprise. We can't be that late. We're not an hour late. But anyway, you just made it. Any bourbon left? There is one left, isn't there?
Any bourbon left?
Yeah, there's one. Forgotten what it is, but I'm looking at the box up on the shelf. Right. Why don't I just pour a bit into here? Is it any good? That would be a no.
But the thickest stuff that has got better. They're not anymore.
Well, we got shown up again, I guess. The bubbles. It was the bubbles. Everyone who has a Macallan, go shake the bottle and compare it to other similar ABVs. It will out-bubble anything in its class.
Yes, you're right about the bubbles.
Look, for a 48, look at that bubble performance. I have to give credit where bubble credit is due. Compared to another 48.
Wow, the bubbles beautiful, but that music is quality.
Let's see, we're comparing to a Glengarry. And if we compare it to a 50% Isla barley. Oh, the Isla barley's looking pretty good now.
It is actually better. Isla barley's really.
I guess if we'd looked closer at the Isla barley, we would have said maybe slightly less.
But that's what it's quality.
Yes. Right. But when we tasted it, obviously the European oak spiciness
Oh yes.
was giving us the information of high ABV.
Yeah, but it's in a nice way.
No, but I'm saying we misread it. Now, you said at one point that you thought it was higher ABV than this.
Because I know pepper.
Yeah.
I thought it was higher.
That's what I'm saying. So even though the Springbank was 57.1%, the European spiciness distracted us and made us think. So we have to be careful that the spiciness which comes in the second half is not ABV. Yes. ABV comes in the first half.
Fantastic! I love Blacksmith. It's so good. It's better than the other stuff.
No, it's right there.
Oh no, but it may go other stuff.
Well, why don't you look and see? Okay, Donna Pass. At least that shows that for those edition releases, they are using very good casks. I think, if anything, you've got to say Macallan have good casks. Let's see. Sure you didn't get dish fluid in that Macallan? Those bubbles are ridiculous. I know. This is probably because they use Maris Otter barley, a very old beer brewing strain of barley. Oh, didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Macallan adds 10 sides. I'll have to look up what a 10 side is.
What does it mean?
I'll have to look it up. Something that you probably add to hair shampoo. Those are washing up liquid bubbles. Yeah. Okay, Macallan adds surfactants. Don't tell anybody.
I pick up stuff.
Wait, hang on. Macallan Fine and Rare. I thought you were making jokes. Are you now making serious points. Those exclamations look serious. What is a surfactant?
But it's surfactant meat.
That's what I just said. I don't know what a surfactant is.
I think maybe you mean suffer. I think because some suffer.
This requires more information. You've started a train of thought here. Macallan, fine and rare. Let us know.
My name is Macallan, fine and rare.
It's the doc. Come on, someone tell us what's a surfactant while I have another taste of something. Oh yeah, quite flat.
But it's very sugary.
We're not getting an answer?
There's no fruit.
An ingredient in detergents. Okay, so you are joking then, Doc.
Oh, but it is like...
And now I don't know if Doc is joking or not joking. Right. Before we get ourselves into trouble here. Any more trouble? I think we did, better than average on that one. No one really got it, but you can't be held responsible. I think that was us. So, definitely next Sunday.
On Thursday?
I don't think so. I think I have a meeting on Thursday.
You can move.
I could get drunk first and then do the work meeting.
That would be good.
Or we could just roll straight into the meeting from here. So we just leave all the stuff on the table and, I just go into the meeting like that.
I prefer that.
Okay, and now the meeting.
Yeah. Is that? Do I get more? I've been thinking for 2 weeks.
What about
marathon?
What about if my business meeting is at 1 o'clock? We could just live stream it.
No.
While drinking whiskey?
No.
Okay. I think, Top Shelf Dustin, a lot of Macallan is like washing your mouth out with soap. An insult to your mouth.
It's not that. It's actually pretty good. It's actually very good.
Okay.
It's just very sleek.
I think we've all had our opinion about Macallan. I'm happy that we have that one. Although it will be going on the sharing list. Okay.
But I cannot have enough whiskey.